What's up, guys, and welcome back to SunnySide Sports. I'm joined here today with Liam. What do we got today, Liam?
Well, we got a nice little rundown today. We're going to start out how we normally do with our intro. We're going to go into our game review. Last week's win over Texas Tech at home. We're going to go into our preview as our Mountaineers travel to Fort Worth to take on the Horned Frogs.
Big game.
We will go over our sportsbook segment, place our new bets for the week. We've got some updates on the interviews and looking for some guest hosts.
Yep.
We're going to go through... Do you have Zach's playoff predictions? Or do you want to hold that till next week?
Let's hold that until next week.
All right, we'll hold our college football playoff predictions until next week. And then that'll be the end of the show, and we'll do some extra games at the end if anyone wants to join in.
Our TV just turned on.
Our TV did just turn on. Oops. Sorry, let me shut that up. Okay, so let me see if I can get everybody else. Okay, so I was hoping this question would have Zach here too, but that's okay. So, as you know, the Mountaineers travel to Fort Worth this weekend to play the TCU Horned Frogs, and will likely look to lean on the run game that has produced so well for them this season. However, one former TCU running back was the first NFL player to rush for 1,000 yards and catch 100 passes in the same season. Who was he?
Rush.
I can also put it in our group chat if someone wants to. Is that Alex watching?
What was the year? I would say so.
The year, you want to know the year?
Yeah.
The year was 2000.
2000. Was it LaDainian?
I mean, no, it wasn't. It was 2003.
Was it LaDainian Tomlinson?
It was LaDainian Tomlinson. So hopefully CJ can pull out a little LaDainian Tomlinson. Let me copy and paste this real quick. I do have a bonus question. Just to start out with some trivia, I have a bonus question for you. Who is last all time in WV receiving yards? Probably won't get it, but it's more just a fun fact for the podcast. He has one reception for -9 yards. He's last all time in receiving yards.
Will Greer.
You're on the right track.
Pat White.
Later.
Gina.
Later. Like later. Like soon. Like closer to now.
Skylar Howard.
Closer. Like
Daggy.
Jared Daggy is last all time in passing yards at WVU.
In
receiving yards.
Play.
In receiving yards. I don't know what play it is, but Jared Daggy is last all time in receiving yards at WVU. He has one reception for -9 yards. -9 yards. Be interesting to find it.
Here.
Jared Daggy, loss of yards or something?
Yeah, loss of reception. WVU.
Maybe, see if it comes up. Nah, it probably won't come up. I might be able to find the. I'll look into it. If I can find the clip, we'll have it at the next podcast. I'll look into it. I might be able to find it. All right. So let's go ahead and kick the show off with our review of last week's win versus Texas Tech. You were in the stadium. Right.
Yeah, very.
See, our two viewers missed our trivia question.
Yeah.
It was we had two. We said who is last all time in receiving yards at WVU, with one reception for -9 yards, and it's Jarrett Daggy. Jarrett Daggy's last all time in receiving yards at WVU. Our other question was, as you know, the Mountaineers travel to Fort Worth this weekend to play the TCU Horned Frogs and will likely look to continue to lean on the run game that has produced so well for them. However, one former TCU running back was the first NFL player to rush for 1,000 yards and catch 100 passes in the same season. Who was he? And it was
LaDainian Tomlinson. I'm 2 for 2 on trivia today. I'm feeling pretty good about that.
All right. You were in the stadium for Texas Tech. Do you want to kick us off? What did you see this weekend that you liked? What did you see that you didn't like?
Helen Keller AIM guesses LT. When we said that question, they got it right.
They did.
So you win a cookie.
Yeah, come show up here. We'll give you a cookie. I wish they were here when I gave the trivia questions, because those were two good questions, I thought.
Now we have 5 viewers now.
Yeah, once we're past our trivia questions.
Yeah.
Maybe I should stop asking those right at the start. Maybe I should wait a few. Okay. You want to get us kicked off with what you saw this weekend?
Yeah, I'll take us through the recap of our win versus Texas Tech. It was a sloppy game, rainy.
It was.
It reminded me of the Kansas game last year, how it was
It was miserable.
It was miserable, cold.
It also reminded me of the Kansas game in the way that the student section bailed. I saw some people complaining online about the student section.
Pitiful.
Yeah, I was very disappointed with the student section.
It was good until halfway through the second quarter. Then everybody left because it started raining and getting cold.
I was very disappointed with the
Big Game Boomer ranked
section.
us the 5th worst student section.
Yeah, but he hates us, so he hates us.
I mean, that was a little. That's probably one of the only Big Game Boomer posts I've ever agreed with.
But it was definitely disappointing, especially the lower. And we won't get into it now. Maybe we'll have a segment on it later. But I think that I think the current way that WVU does their ticketing system is a major cause of that. Our ticketing system's pretty. The way our ticketing system works right now, a lot of people who really, really care about getting into the game don't request lower because they might not get it.
Yeah.
I've seen some people suggest making it, either making it bigger. Some people say kick out the whole touchdown terrace and put a student section there. We can't lose that money.
Yeah.
Whether it's making it only upper, whether it's expanding the lower, whether it's making it first come, first serve on lower, which I'm not against. You have some crowd control issues, but I was very disappointed in the student section this week.
I agree.
Especially after how good it was at Pitt.
Yeah, I think
it'll improve because our next home game's not for a few months. I think that 3-week homestand that's a lot.
Yeah.
It's a lot of drinking. It's a lot of getting out there early. It's a lot of standing out there, especially when the Duquesne game the weather was so bad.
We haven't really had a good. I love Kenny Pickett. Says AK.
Yeah, I kind of agree with Colin Coward that they should trade him.
Yeah, he's awful.
Yeah, so I think the student section will improve because next game's homecoming. So we should get that little homecoming
Who
boost.
do we play?
Oklahoma State.
Okay, that'll be a good game.
Yeah, it'll be a good game, and I think our student section will get better.
We should win that game.
Yeah.
Van Gundy and company haven't really put it together this year. So
no, we beat them last year with
Garrett Green.
Yeah.
In the rain.
Well, Nico played a lot of that game.
Oh, that's right.
Anyways, last week.
Defense stepped up, but still a little dicey in some spots.
Yeah, I still have some concerns about our defense, and when we get into the TCU segment, I have some things to say.
We kind of have a big three of.
No, did you say Van Gundy?
No, I said Mike Gundy.
No, I thought you said Mike Gundy.
I said Mike Gundy, right?
Did he? If he said Van Gundy, I didn't hear it either.
I thought I said Mike Gundy.
Okay, anyways.
I might have messed up and thought of Stan Van Gundy or something.
I will change the order here. If you all have any questions, put them in, and after the game preview, we'll answer them.
But our D-backs are kind of stepping up. We kind of have a major three now with Aubrey Burks, Malachi Ruffin, and Beanie Bishop Jr. So those three guys have kind of all stepped up and cemented themselves as the three major defensive backs in our secondary. Ruffin is, I think, one of our, if not best, defensive back on the team.
You'd go Ruffin? See, I'd go Burks.
Burks lets up. I feel like he lets up some big passes from time to time, like that play action against Penn State. Granted, it's against Penn State, and I know
right, and I think we've improved since then.
I think we have too. That wasn't a bad showing.
Ruffin over Burks is crazy. I prefer Burks, but I see what you're saying.
I think Ruffin's a really good tackler.
Yeah,
Ruffin's a really good tackler.
I saw a stat that we're either best or second best in the Big 12 in least amount of missed tackles, and our next three opponents are all at the top of that list in terms of missed tackles. And if you remember last year, that was a major issue last year with missed tackles. So
that's one thing from my recap. This is one of the most disciplined West Virginia teams you've seen in a long time. We had 3 penalties for 20 yards. I think 2 were on Wyatt Milam, and then another one was on Wyatt Milam, one was on Zach Frazier, and then there was another. But we're playing very clean football, which is not a characteristic of WVU football we've seen in years past.
It's really crazy to see that 2 of the biggest issues. It's not even just a Neil Brown issue. In WVU football, have been missing tackles and have been disciplined. And while there's a lot that's not that good with this football team, they've kept those two very basic things in check.
Yeah. Roughing over Burks is crazy. I like Burks. I could go either way on him.
But
Anthony Wilson needs more respect. I like Wilson. He kind of hasn't been on the field a lot this year, I feel like.
Yeah, I feel like what's up?
I'm not to interrupt, you fucking dumbass.
Oh, who knows where he's off to? I think it's laundry. But and I think Beanie Bishop's been pretty good too.
Beanie Bishop's one of.
Where's he transfer out? He's definitely a transfer. I'll look it up.
I think SMU. No. We had someone go to SMU, right? Was that Charles Woods?
Trey Lathan will be a start.
Trey Lathan. I like Trey Lathan.
I mean, we'll see. Yeah,
Yeah,
Minnesota. That's right.
Minnesota.
Did he play against us in the bowl game? I don't know what year he is. That'd be something to look into if he played against us.
I think Beanie's a junior or senior.
Yeah, he might have.
I don't think he's very young. Anyways, back to the recap. Nico's still kind of questionable. He was good on the ground, 15 carries for 72 yards, 12 for 21 passing, 78 yards, 1 TD to 2 interceptions. The one interception was not on Nico.
Yeah,
he put it in Devin Carter's chest.
Carter just didn't.
Popped up in the
Carter
air.
just didn't. He just didn't fight for it. He didn't go for it.
Yeah, that's another thing I'll get into. Is,
me too.
Drops. But rushing, I will say Nico looked pretty good. He had some.
Saying that Green's going to start this weekend. I highly doubt Green starts this weekend. Nico's been playing well enough that there's no reason to rush Green back before he's healthy. I think them both fully healthy. Green's still my starter at least, but I don't think there's any reason to rush him.
Yeah, I think we give Nico as much time as he needs to develop and kind of gain some confidence. I think he's played good this year, given that he's still a redshirt freshman.
Oh yeah,
and we kind of have a whole new offensive scheme and system this year, and personnel. Our wide receiver core is completely different than it was last year, other than Preston Fox. I have a segment on Preston Fox coming up here soon.
Yeah, you can. You can tell by my reaction what my thoughts are on Preston Fox so far.
Yeah. Did you know Nico was our leading passer and rusher?
I did say, don't get me wrong, he is really good, but in terms of rushing yards, his output this year is not anything crazy.
I think if you need to rely on a guy for 4th and 1, I think you put C.J. Donaldson in and run him right behind Zach Frazier, or do the Philly Eagles QB sneak like we've seen recently. Also, wide receiver drops. That's a big thing. If we have drops and tip balls in the middle of the field like we did with Preston Fox dropped a wide open touchdown this week. Devin Carter caused a turnover. It got put on Nico, but it was 100% on Carter. Got put in between the numbers, gets popped up in the air. Easy interception for Texas Tech defensive backs. Preston Fox. Let's get into him.
Oh, gosh. Okay.
Preston Fox, I think, is a good... he's a serviceable return man. I think you can use him in the slot from time to time.
I will say, I'm about to be very harsh on Preston Fox, but I think in the return game, I think he's been okay.
Yeah.
I think he gets out really quick. He's got safe hands.
I mean, I can't think of how many times either. I think Grayson Malashevitz has muffed a couple punts in his career here. I think Winston Wright muffed a couple when he was still here. That being said, Winston Wright would be a wide receiver 1 easy on this team. Anyways, that's besides the point. But Preston Fox, he's a serviceable return man. I think, like Liam said, he has safe hands. I think he would be good in the slot. But there's personnel groups out there on third down, third and medium, third and long, where we're gonna have to rely on Nico and our playmakers to get the first. And our personnel group is Cortez Braham, Preston Fox, and another third wide receiver 6 or something. And honestly, in that situation, we need to have. I know there's a little recency bias here because of this. We need to have Hudson Clement, Devin Carter, and Jeremiah Aaron out there.
Yeah,
and Cole Taylor. Cole Taylor has proven to be a
Cole
great
Taylor
pass
needs to
catcher
Cole Taylor needs to get more involved for sure.
That trick play from Neal, I like that.
Yeah, I remember that call too.
I think Neil coached a damn good game. I didn't hear.
The
There were a
only time
couple questionable play calls, and the personnel was a little suspect.
I think Neil called a good game overall.
I think Neil called a good game. And it's the first time we beat Texas Tech. It's the first time we've had a 3-win streak in his tenure at West Virginia. So I think overall it was a successful week. I think the personnel calling has to be a little dialed in, especially on 3rd and long, 3rd and medium. But I think you can establish guys like Devin Carter to be a blocking guy in the slot or like tight off the tight end. And have him block down, open up the C gap for CJ Donaldson and get outside. Because I've noticed we don't really use CJ on a lot of outside zone.
No.
I know he's more of a downhill runner, but
he's definitely more.
I think out in space, he's a very dangerous guy to tackle, and I think that's where he got a lot of his yards last year, was bouncing balls out to the outsides of the tackles.
Yeah. What, do you have anything else down for a recap of the game?
I do not.
Okay. Well, I have to say that I have to agree with most of your points so far, especially our wide receivers. Like I think Markiel's been okay. Nico's been just okay. I just looked. I went all the way back to Pat White. I cannot find the last time that we started a freshman at quarterback. Gino didn't start as a freshman.
That's
Trickett
right.
didn't start as a freshman. Skylar Howard didn't start as a freshman.
Daigie transferred in.
Howard transferred in. Daigie transferred in. Gino played some, but he didn't start. Pat White didn't start. Did Pat? Wait, no. What am I talking about? Pat White started as a freshman. I think Pat White was the last time that we started a freshman.
Which is crazy to think, because that's been almost.
It was 2005. We have not started, to my knowledge, and next podcast I'll have the answer for sure. To my knowledge, we have not started a freshman at quarterback.
Cole Sullivan says Commanders winning
Cole?
the Super Bowl this year.
Hey Cole, how are you doing? You don't know Cole, do you?
I don't think
It's
so.
not cousin. He goes to Cincinnati.
Gotcha.
Yeah, Commanders are okay. We have not started a freshman at quarterback since 2005. The wide receivers have not been helping Markiel out. I'd love to see the all-22 footage of our receivers just to see if there's any separation. Because I'm not seeing any.
Especially from Devin Carter, which Devin Carter was supposed to be
incredibly disappointed by Devin Carter so far. Devin Carter, big transfer from NC State. You have to wonder sometimes why a big physical guy like Devin Carter ends up here. Well, I think we found out it's because he's not very good.
Yeah.
He's a bit of a waste of his size. He doesn't really fight for balls.
He was supposed to be a big red zone threat, but I see Cole
Our
Taylor
only red
and
zone
Hudson
threat's Cole
Clement.
Taylor. I like Cole Taylor a lot.
Which
and
ESPN needs to get their shit straight, because they have Cole Taylor listed as Kellen Taylor on ESPN.
They just don't give a shit about us. Okay, to go over the rest of our receivers, Jeremiah Aaron. Oh my God.
Cortez Braham.
Traylon Ray.
Traylon Ray.
And Cortez Braham have been non-factors this season.
Including Rodney Gallagher. Gallagher has.
Well, I'll get into
3
him.
receptions.
He's more of a play calling issue. They're not giving him the ball. Jeremiah Aaron, Traylon Ray, and Cortez Braham are running routes. I'll give Traylon Ray a pass. He missed 2 games.
Noah Massey needs to be in over Devin Carter. Get familiar with him.
Well, maybe, because Aaron, Carter, Ray, and Braham are our 4 wide receivers. They are non-factors. They aren't getting the ball.
I think
Hudson Clement he's solid, but he's not a game changer yet. He
he's
could
raw.
be. He's very young.
He's very raw.
But as of right now, he's an okay receiver. He's an okay receiver. He's got decent speed, decent size. He's okay. Traylon Ray, Cortez Braham is a non-factor. Jeremiah Aaron might as well not be there. Fox is getting a target share amount that he just should not be getting. How many of these routes that we're throwing to Preston Fox could we not run the exact same thing to Rodney Gallagher?
100%.
Are they scared of his size? Are they scared of how young he is? We have E.J. Horton. I wrote down he's a one-trick pony that sucks at his one trick. He's a deep threat with speed, and that's all he is. And we saw them throw it deep to him. Nico put a decent ball under it, and he just didn't run under it. He's had like 2 targets this year.
That was his first snap of that game, I'm pretty sure.
Of that game, at least. It might have been.
I just don't there's no
Yeah, there's a
I think
major issue at wide receiver.
We're a
right
disciplined team, but whoever, I don't know who our wide receiver coach is, but whoever that is needs to coach these guys to not quit on balls, to not tip balls in the middle of the field.
Yes, I completely agree.
Catching and effort are the two main things with our receivers that we need to kind of dial back in.
Yeah. I have a question for you. Has Neil Brown ever developed a wide receiver? Because here's some stats. Our best year by receiver under Neil Brown was 2021 Winston Wright, and he only had 688 yards.
Jeez.
Who's our best receiver that he's developed? There's only two, Sam James and Bryce Ford-Wheaton. BFW's clinging to an NFL contract. I don't think Sam James ever got one.
He
did
did.
Did he get one?
For
This
the
is
Colts.
this is in a time where Jarrett Doege became our 5th top passer. So it's not like we weren't throwing the ball.
Yeah.
It's not like it wasn't a skill issue where it wasn't a system issue where we were just running the ball. We have not developed. We've had an issue with developing wide receivers. We've had guys who've shown promise, like Winston Wright, who had 688 yards in 2021, who left. Caden Prather, who left.
I mean, you think of.
I mean, who else has he had?
You think of a wide receiver as WVU has developed. You think of the Holgerson era. You think of Sills. You think of Jennings. You think of Trayvon Wesco, even though he's a tight end.
Right. I mean, there's no reason we couldn't be using.
You think of
Cole Taylor in the way that we used Trayvon Wesco.
Stedman.
Right.
I mean, those.
And I know those guys only come around so often, but to not even have a receiver eclipse 700 yards in 5 years is disappointing. I will say, our defense looks stout. They look good. They struggled against the run, especially late in the game. Part of that is the fact that Texas Tech have a very good running back. We mentioned that last week. And we mentioned last week that they had a good running back. And their biggest issue on play calling was not giving them the ball. They got down there with 3 timeouts, and they just didn't run the ball. If they didn't run the ball,
you called it last week. Taj Brooks,
he's very good. If they had given him the ball on that last possession down there instead of throwing it 3 times, I think they win that game.
Yeah,
because they had all their timeouts, they had time on the clock.
Yep.
Actually, no, I don't think they had all 3 because they would have just.
Also,
but they definitely had timeouts.
I'm gonna pat myself on the back a little bit. My keys to success from last week against Texas Tech.
Oh, you were completely spot on. Yes.
The offensive line, I said their pass protection was god awful. It was.
It absolutely was.
That's the reason their quarterback got hurt. Their special teams, I said verbatim on here. I say don't be surprised on big returns from Texas Tech.
They had a massive one that got called back.
Yeah.
You're absolutely right about that.
And their defense.
Look, I'm just saying, if we do our research, like if you want information, you want predictions, we do our research.
Yeah.
You were completely spot on last week.
I think I screamed scouting report a solid 20 times at the game.
All right. So, anything else about last week? I say one last comment. They went 5 for 8 on 4th down. We can't let that happen.
Yeah. We got to bring that down to like 2 for 8 or 1 for 8.
Yeah. Okay. Do you want to pick?
They were doing stupid shit like running the ball on 4th and 4.
Oh, and getting it.
Yeah.
Yeah. But we're 3-1 at this point in the season. I think I said before the season that at this point we could very easily be 3-1. We could very easily be 1-3.
Yeah.
And the difference between those 2 games has been a combined, off the top of my head, 18 points. No, not even that much. Yeah.
What? There's
right, 20-13 last. Was it 2013 last week?
2013.
And and then 11.
Yeah.
So we sit here at 3-1. I'm not too sure how good we actually are yet, but I think we'll find out this week. So do you want to pivot to this week?
Yeah.
Okay.
I have a question for you. If we win this week, does WVU crack the top 25?
No, not for me. No, I don't think they crack the top 25.
If we win the next 2, 5-1.
Top 2, 5-1. I think you start talking about being ranked. I mean, we'd only beaten unranked teams, including 2 bad teams by not very much. Depending on how Penn State looked, that loss looks good or bad. The score's inflated there because they ran it up at the end. I think 2 wins start talking about being ranked. Okay, so just a preview. I'm going to give you a little preview of this game, and then we'll go into your keys for success. How's that sound?
Sounds good.
Okay. The line for this week's game is TCU by 14. They have the Horned Frogs favored, and these are off ESPN. They have the Horned Frogs favored by 2 touchdowns. ESPN's FPI gives WVU a 22.4% chance to win. And the over-under on the game is 52 points. Both teams are 3-1. TCU has a loss to Colorado. They put up a lot of points, but Colorado outscored them. They beat their FCS team. I think it was Nicholls State. They beat Houston, and they beat SMU. They didn't blow them out, but they weren't close games either. They looked good in those games. So essentially, they've had our schedule with, a good team. Now, Colorado's obviously not on the level of Penn State, but they also had a closer game with them. Houston and SMU are probably about on the level of Pitt and Texas Tech. They beat them a little more convincingly than we did. They definitely throw the ball better than we do.
Oh, 100%.
They run the ball. They have one running back who already has like double CJ's carries. But they are beatable. So with that being said, what are your keys to the game tomorrow night in Fort Worth?
My keys to
I
the
keep
game.
wanting to say Dallas.
My keys to the game. Defense has to cover downfield. We saw in the Colorado game, this team likes to pass a lot. They like to push it. They like to push it downfield the same way they did with Duggan and Johnston. So Beanie Bishop, Aubrey Burks, Malachi Ruffin, you're gonna have a long night if you get down early. Those guys, we're gonna have to keep fresh legs in there. I wouldn't be surprised if we rotate a lot of guys. Like Wilson Lamp comes in for a couple plays. I know he's been playing a lot already, but don't be surprised if you see guys like Anthony Wilson or Wilson Lamp come in and get some more reps this weekend. So we'll have to rely on those guys to kind of keep us sound in the secondary. Second key to success, TCU cannot get an early lead. We are a run-first team. We cannot play from behind. We have to keep this game close, and we have to stay in the lead pretty much the entire game, like we saw with Texas Tech. We scored early, got out to a 10-point lead, 10-point lead. Then they.
I don't. I'll pull it up.
I think at one point it was a 14-point lead at one point. But we cannot play from behind.
No, we
cannot rely on
this
Devin
is
Carter
not.
and Preston
Yeah,
Fox
this is not a team
win
that's
us
going to
games.
catch up. Oh, the line's changed since I checked it this morning. It's now 13.5
For TCU?
Still for TCU, but it's inching our way a little bit. We went up, 10 points. And almost blew it.
With us playing from behind, with us not playing from
and
behind.
they're a team that can score. They can put up
score.
points. We could very easily find ourselves behind.
We have to establish the run game early, and we have to establish play action early. TCU's 5 are some of the best in the Big 12 probably. Other than ours, I think we're a much better front 5 when it comes to running the ball. But TCU's offensive line is going to kind of dictate this game. So our offensive line is going to have to match that intensity and play with some of it.
I pretty much wrote down a lot of the same things you did. Slowing them down. We saw late in the Texas Tech game that we really struggled with Texas Tech's hurry-up offense.
Yeah.
TCU have the 5th fastest offense in the country. So it's going to be very crucial that we are able to stop the clock, forcing completions when they try to drop back. Can't give up silly things over the middle. The short game, they're going to try and run the short game, keep the clock moving.
Yeah.
It's important that we have the right personnel out there. We've improved our defense a lot, especially when we've been able to set up and call our plays and set up our defense how we like. But we struggled a lot in the hurry up.
We're gonna have to
if they get into a groove, don't be surprised if they have long, and by long I mean distance, like cover the whole length of the field touchdown drives with a decent amount of plays in a very quick amount of time, because we were very, very susceptible to that last week.
It's time to trust the climb again, guys. I'm trusting it.
I
don't think I ever didn't. I don't think I ever didn't.
I'm watching the climb and I'm cheering it on. I don't know if I'm climbing yet, because once again, the 3 teams that we've beaten are not good, and 2 of them were closer than we want, and I have major concerns about our wide receivers. But I think we'll learn a lot about this team this week.
But I mean, the expectations for this team were so low. I mean, the Big 12 power rankings had us dead last, number 14 in the conference, and the most recent rankings I've seen, they may have changed since. They have us at 8. And we're 3-1. I mean, a win is a win is a win. Like, you can't deny that. You can't deny a record. Anything else you got to say about that?
I'm trusting climb, but I think the climb will only get halfway up the mountain. Can I ask you, and this goes for everyone watching as well, if you had to put a number on it, what amount of wins saves Neil Brown's job?
7.
So, for me, 6-6, even with a bowl win, does not save his job. Not with this week's schedule. 8 saves his job. 7 is where, in my opinion, I think the conversation becomes difficult. I think it becomes about how we got to that 7.
He's got to win out.
He's got to win out. I think that's Isaac. I think that's Isaac. I think 7 becomes a really tricky conversation for me. Because is it a convincing 7? I'm not convinced, even though we sit at a lot better spot than the team last year, I'm not convinced that we are much better. We're more disciplined. We're more disciplined, and we don't have as many missed tackles. Our defense looks better. But I also think last year's team would be 3-1 at this point.
There's this kid from GW that could be an instant impact.
No, absolutely not. No, he would. No.
So the rest of our schedule.
No. Just no.
Our next, we have 2 away games, and our bye week is in this 3-week.
Yeah, I know exactly what you're talking about.
We play. Let me pull it up here.
Hemi.
TCU and Houston, both away, both night games.
Houston have been poor this season.
Houston, I think we beat Houston. I think we lose to TCU.
Yeah, I agree. I will say, do you want to just throw your prediction out there? I've got us winning 21-24, but if it was my own money on the line, I'd definitely bet TCU to win.
Mounties by 2 touchdowns.
But I don't think dropping this game hurts us that bad.
I don't think it does either.
Especially Nevo's still playing. I mean, we've got some easier games. I think Oklahoma State, Houston, BYU,
honestly,
Cincy.
After the TCU game, I could see us winning 4 straight.
We could.
Because
At Oklahoma, I'm just going to pencil it in as a loss.
Yeah.
We've only beaten them once. It was last year with their worst ever team in the rain here.
We play UCF. UCF has.
I think that's I still think that's a loss.
John Reese Plumlee has kind of been iffy with his injuries and his play.
I mean, I thought they hung in there decent with Kansas State, who I think probably the 3rd best team. And I don't know. I 7 wins, I think the conversation gets hard because I think you look at who we played, you look at whether we're actually getting better. But, I mean, with his buyout still being so large, I could easily see Baker saying, look, we're 7 wins, we're trending in the right direction. If it goes south last year, we have the money now to fire him mid-season if we need to.
Yeah.
I just hope we don't bring in Rich Rod. I really don't. I am firmly against the Rich Rod hire. I'm firmly against bringing in Rich Rod.
I've been on Instagram and Twitter.
Let's talk to my mom. I should ask her.
I think I'm the person that's tweeted most about anti-Rich Rod.
I'm going to text my mom. I should ask my grandma what she thinks. I should ask her if she wants to bring back Rich. She's probably like, no. She even knows what I'm talking about. She probably does.
I mean, Rich Rod, the way he left just left a bad taste in so many people's mouth. It's so polarizing.
She said hell no. Yeah, she said hell no. I agree.
But the way he left was just so slimy, and like it made it seem like
it
may have not been true, but it made it seem like he didn't care.
The cheerleader stuff is
the cheerleader stuff was weird, like
and just abandoning the team and the way that they did.
And like we were a great team that year, and we lose 1 game, and
we're still a good team who's about to go play in a
national.
I mean, look, a national championship. Yeah, we missed out on a national championship that year. But a Fiesta Bowl is still massive for WVU. Yeah.
And
to just leave, I don't know. I'm against the offer.
I will always respect Bill Stewart 20 times more. Bring in Jason Garrett.
Oh God, I can't stand when like Jason Garrett's on TV.
He
I can't stand when he's on TV. My mom said he has anger issues.
It's like budget. He's like budget. Troy Aikman, except ginger.
I just can't stand him. I can't stand why because he made me so mad for so many years. Okay, well, I think if we win, I think it's 24-21. I think there's a chance that it gets away early. And if it does, I think this game could get ugly. And I think this game could get turned off very early if this goes south. But
I'm saying 31.
Where's Mason?
31-28 Mounties.
wow, I don't see a way this team puts up 38. I could see it being more in the realm of a 24-21. And the way that would have to be is we'd have to get some turnovers, get out big early, and they start to make a comeback late, and we stop them.
Because, I mean, we saw, granted, these are Colorado defensive backs, or, wide receivers.
Yeah.
I mean, Travis Hunter is supposed to, I mean, he's been great. He was in the Heisman conversation in week 1.
Yeah, until he got hurt. Did you watch the video he put out with the guy who hurt him?
Yeah.
Yeah, I really like that. I mean, it was a little tacky. Oh, my God. This is completely off topic, but Barcelona are playing Sevilla, and they just went 1-0 up in the 80th minute on a Sergio Ramos own goal. That feels so good. I hate Sergio. I can't stand him. That feels so good. Sergio Ramos own goal to give us the... He's getting mocked. I already know it. I will say, when we're talking about getting not being able to get behind, we are 97th in the country, which is out of...
146, I think.
Yeah, something like that. And points per drive. So we are going to really struggle to make up points. You want to open up the sports book?
Let's open it up.
All right. So if you don't know how this series works, me, Landon, Mason, and Zach, our 4 hosts. There's only 2 today, but our 4 hosts. Every week we place 2 bets. And across the course of the college football season, we are keeping track of who has made and who has lost the most money. I don't have the overall standings because I lost them, so I'll have to go back and get them. But I do have what happened last week. You want to go over what happened last week?
Sure.
Okay.
Let me go get you read those off. I'm going to go get a prop.
He's going to go get a prop. Okay, so I'm going to go over what our bets were last week, who won. I will say, we all lost money last week. This is why you don't gamble. We all lost money last week. So I'll start with mine. I wanted to play it safe. So I bet Cowboys Cards money line. And as you know, the Dallas Cowboys completely blew it last week. I could probably talk for 30 minutes about what went wrong in that game. From the coaching to the quarterback to the run game disappearing to how bad the injury to Trayvon Diggs hurts. The fact that the Cards aren't actually that bad. But I lost $10 on that. The way the series works is we each place a $10 bet on each of our bets. But luckily my other bet hit. I bet UNC to cover versus Pitt. I think they were favored by 7. I think Pitt are god-awful this season, which is so happy to watch because I've been so sick of them being good for 2 years. So they're back in their place where they belong, which is at the bottom of the college football pyramid. So that netted me $9.09. So for the week, I'm down 89 cents. But that's okay because I had a massive lead going into this week, so I'm still in first. Landon last week bet on the Marshall money line. Marshall to beat Virginia Tech. Their money line was minus 230, so they were decent favorites. I think they were about 5-6 point favorites over Virginia Tech. Caught some of that game. I in terms of Marshall, I still have questions about Marshall's quarterback. I don't think he's all that good. But their run game's good. I saw some people arguing who would win today if Marshall and WVU played. Let's get serious. WVU would beat them. They've beaten much better opponents than Virginia Tech so far this year. They've been decent. They're a much bigger team up front. You know, is Marshall going to be able to stop the run game against WVU? I don't think it'd be a question this season. But that bet netted Landon $4.50. But he bet Colorado to cover, and they got blown out against Oregon, and they could very easily get blown out this week against USC as well. They're really missing Travis Hunter. They're just not on the level of those teams. Maybe they didn't deserve to be ranked. I don't think that means Deion's doing a bad job. It's a team that went 1-11. He's a new coach at this level. They're still a decent team. You know, what he's doing for that town and that school is still great. But they're not on the level of the elite Pac-12 teams, on the level of USC, the level of Oregon. They're just not there. So Landon ended the week 565 in the hole. Zach last week missed on both of his. He picked Ole Miss money line. Ole Miss lost. And he had a bad beat as well. he had over on the Vikings-Chargers. So he bet that they would score... The over-under was 52.5. So if they scored 53 points, he wins. The final score for Vikings-Chargers was combined 52 points. So he missed out by half a point. And so he's $20 in the hole. So I'm not sure exactly what our standings are, but I'm still in first, Landon's still in second. Mason has
after this week.
Oh God, where did he go? What did he just go get? How many throwback Dolphins jerseys do you own? How many did you buy at the beach?
1.
And then when did you? What is that? Why do you have?
Miami money line 124 at Buffalo. Betting my life on it.
This motherfucker, he just stole my bet. I might bet on the line for that game. Landon looks like it. Well, he did buy that at Myrtle Beach, right? You bought this at the beach. How much did you drop at the?
This was a $200 jersey.
If you care to explain, how much did you drop at the jersey store?
About $500. That is not Pat McAfee.
You spent $500 at the jersey and hat store at Myrtle.
I think it was like more like $350 if I had to guess. But Dolphins. I would bet $100 on it if I had $100. Second bet. Notre Dame at Duke -5.5. That's at -115. I'm slamming that. That's my 2 locks of the week. Dolphins money line. You know what? Screw it. Dolphins by 7.
Are you gonna look up how much it is for Dolphins to win by 7?
I'll just go Dolphins money line. Dolphins money line.
Dolphins by 7's a bit much. Okay. That leaves me in a tricky spot for my second one. Do you have Zach's bets?
I do.
Okay, we'll go over Zach's bets. Okay. Do you want to? Okay, I'll go my first bet. My first bet is going to be, I'm going to bet the under on WVU TCU. The over under is 52. We don't put up a lot of points, and TCU's hit the under on their last 2 games, so I'm going the under on WVU TCU.
Let me pull up Zach's here.
You can pull up Zach's. I'll read off some of the ones I'm considering. Steelers are favored by 2.5 on the Texans. I'd bet Steelers there. Dolphins are not favored against the Bills.
70.
I'm not going to copy your bet, but I will do something similar and bet on the Dolphins to... I'll bet on the Dolphins to cover. I'm going to bet on the Dolphins to cover the 2.5 line.
It's 3 now.
Is it 3 now?
Yeah.
Okay, I'll bet on them to cover the whatever it is by game time. I do think they beat the Bills. They're the better team.
We put up 70 on Sean Payton and them
70,
boys.
yeah, but you're weak for not.
70.
There's also Rams Colts, which is even. I don't know. There's a couple of them around, but I think that's what I'm going to bet this week. Do you have Zach's?
I do have Zach's.
You know what's so annoying? I didn't mention it, but when I said I went with the safe bet that didn't hit because I bet the Cowboys to win, if I had gone with what I actually wanted to do, which was the Eagles to cover against the Bucks, they would have done it. They beat them by 14 because, of course, they did. It's just frustrating.
So, Zach's, let's get into it. Rome Odunze, anytime touchdown versus Arizona.
Who?
Rome Odunze.
Okay.
I'm assuming this is...
Rome Odunze.
I've never heard of Rome Odunze before.
I see why he's in last.
Look that up.
I'll look up Rome Odunze. And what's his other bet?
His second bet is the Taylor Swift special. Travis Kelce, most receiving yards versus the Jets. That's at plus 105. Who is Rome Odunze? Oh,
college.
College.
Oh, he's Washington College receiver. Okay.
I don't pay much attention to Washington.
Yeah. I'm looking at some other lines just to throw out there.
Look him up. He's one of the best
Alex,
in the
in my defense, he said versus Arizona. I thought he meant he was
I
playing.
thought he meant the
I thought he meant
Cardinals.
NFL. I thought he meant NFL. So that's why I was like, who's Roma Dunzi? Okay. 27 yards, 27 catches for 544 yards, 4 TDs. So he's averaging a touchdown a game. He's averaging 20 yards a catch. Is that average? Yeah, he's averaging 20 yards a catch. Dang. Who is Washington playing? Arizona? Could go the over on them. I'm just throwing out some other bets that are around. That I do. I'd bet over. I don't know. Oregon, Stanford over 27. Georgia over against Auburn 14.5. Auburn are decent though.
And it's at Jordan-Hare too.
They just lost to Texas.
Anything at Jordan-Hare, I wouldn't. I would not bet against Auburn at Jordan-Hare.
USC to cover against Colorado 21.5. Let me look at how USC's been doing this year.
Amazing.
Over 21 against Arizona State. Blew out Stanford. Blew out USC. Is Hunter still out?
Travis?
Yeah.
Yeah, he had a lacerated liver, I think.
I could go over on the USC Colorado. USC to cover against Colorado.
What's
21.5.
I don't know.
That's a lot though. It's just so hard to bet when it's 21.5.
Do they get skunked 2 weeks in a row?
That's what I'm saying. Do they bounce back without Hunter on that defensive line? I'm gonna play the game and bet something similar to you. So if we win, we both win. If we lose, we both lose. So I don't have too big of a gap. And also, I was gonna bet that anyways. I'm gonna stick with the Dolphins line. You're going Dolphins money line. I'll go with the Dolphins line.
I like that.
And then I will go WVU TCU under 52.
We're not losing the game for the rest of the year.
So, we're gonna go over just a little bit of news regarding the podcast. We're going to have our Blue Lot interviews up soon. Those are going to come up this weekend, I believe. Yeah,
Yep.
We'll get those up this weekend, and then we will sort of cover them next week. And then for the homecoming game, OSU will be back.
Yeah.
We may do some around campus stuff. It just kind of depends on what kind of free time we have. We have some segments that we're thinking about doing upcoming, so I just want to know if who all's interested. NFL power rankings, quarterback power rankings, college football power rankings. I sent out a segment to you all, to the other three guys earlier, just to see if we wanted to cover it. Let me see. What did I say? We're going to do an NFL or NBA trade machine segment. So coming up with possible trades that we'd like to see. And then
Speaking of NBA trade.
Oh, right.
Can I just hand it to Giannis for getting Dame on the squad?
Do we think that is going to work out?
Yeah.
Do we like the trade?
Yeah.
Who all did you have to give up? Not including the other teams.
Drew Holiday,
Okay.
Grayson Allen, and a first.
That's not...
And I think it's a pick swap.
That's
first.
worth it, in my opinion. They didn't have to give up too much. Do you think Dame, Middleton, Giannis all pair well together? I mean, yeah, Lillard's a good shooter, but is he a great spot-up guy?
Oh, 100%.
I mean, I'm just asking because I'm not a big... Once we get into NBA season, you'll hear me talk a lot less than these other two guys. AK, maybe we'll have to get you on for NBA season. Yeah, I don't know. We'll see if it works out. But
I mean,
I think it's a good trade.
So Dame is top 2-3 perimeter shooters in the league.
Okay, I mean,
from
the point guard position, and not in terms of like pure shooters, in terms of like all like star players that also shoot the ball really well. Because there's just guys that are just pure shooters.
The main thing that scares me about the Milwaukee Bucks is guard depth and defense.
Mm-hmm.
Because Middleton offers some pretty good perimeter D, but it's just more of a matter of him staying healthy.
Yeah.
Giannis, the defense is always going to be there, but the perimeter defense is obviously going to be lackluster a bit because he's a bigger guy. Brook Lopez almost won Defensive Player of the Year last year. I mean, the front court couldn't be any more stacked.
Have you seen what's been going? This is totally off topic. Have you seen what's been going on Twitter with Brad Smith at VOM, where he had an employee just leave, and he's just been totally going in at him and telling everyone
Voice of Morgantown?
Yeah, and well, he started going off on his burner, and then people realized that he he was going back. He had a second account that was obviously him. Like, he tagged himself as, like, said, this is me talking, yada, yada, yada. And then they went back on it and found he had been going through old, like hate comments and, like, defending himself, but, like, as a burner.
Really?
He's just such a fucking asshole. Like,
anytime.
Yeah, VOM's just been,
anytime.
He basically had a guy leave because, there was one guy who was doing a giveaway, and he started going at him for how, like, little money he was giving away. There's some toxic... There's exactly one toxic organization when it comes to covering WVU, and it's...
Voice of Morgantown.
Yeah. It's just... Yeah, my advice is just watch out for that. Anyways. What else was I going to say? Yeah, we're also looking for guests. If anyone wants to come on and... There's not a lot of preparation. I just, come with what you liked last week. Come with what you think we need to do next week. You don't have to do all the scouting reports. We'll handle that.
Yeah.
And then come with your 2 bets, and we'll keep a guest leaderboard as well. After this podcast going up, there'll be a post on the Instagram with the current sportsbook standings, who's in the lead, and then there'll be another page with all of our bets that we placed, win and loss. So keep a tab on that. But if you want to... If you want to come on the podcast, then yeah, we're more than happy to.
Let's do a little Sporkle.
Well, before we do that, and do you want to hold off on our playoff predictions? We could give ours.
We'll
tell you, we'll give ours next year. I mean, we can do it virtually if you want to hop on like Zach did.
Yeah.
And I know we're going a little long today, but that's just because it's just us, so we're just kind of talk as much as we want. When we have all 4 guests and stuff, we'll keep a much tighter show and finish within the hour or so. Maybe not. Maybe we'll preview what our playoff predictions are last year. Who is one team that you are willing to lock in as making the playoffs?
Georgia.
Okay, maybe I should rephrase that. Besides Georgia and or Michigan, who is one... Well, let me ask. Would you be willing to lock in Michigan right now?
Yeah, I would say so. J.J. McCarthy has looked better than he has his entire career.
Okay. So outside of Georgia and Michigan, who are you willing to lock in the playoff?
Florida State.
I have mine.
Florida State, 100%.
Florida State?
Honestly, I have Washington.
You think Washington will get back in? They've been in the playoff before.
They have?
The first year of it, they were in it.
Michael Penix is a stud.
Mm-hmm.
Honestly, I think Utah, I know this is their year, like the Cowboys, like type of thing.
Yeah.
But honestly, I think this could be Utah's year, so I wouldn't be surprised if you see a Georgia, Michigan, FSU, Utah.
Or Georgia, Michigan, FSU, USC.
Yeah. I don't think you see 2 Pac-12 teams in there. I think you see...
No, I think they'd be... The thing is I think it's always hard with the SEC there, but the Pac-12 has an argument as the best conference this year.
Oh, 100%.
And
it's ironic
it's
because
crazy
it's dissolving.
Because it's dissolving after this, which conference realignment's a whole thing. Maybe we'll do one show where we do maybe in the off season we do our
critique of conference alignment.
Or we do our conference realignment dream, like we do a mock realignment.
Yeah.
Once the off season kind of gets going, I do have some ideas to keep the show going, but we'll get into those later. I'm really thinking Texas. And the reason I think Texas is that the opposite reason why I'm hesitant to pick any particular Pac-12 team is that the Big 12 is very weak this year.
Yeah.
Realistically, I think Texas's biggest obstacle to making the playoff is going to be getting upset by someone that they just shouldn't. Whether that's, they go play... They seem to lose to Kansas State every year. I think Kansas State's probably their biggest obstacle. Obviously, Oklahoma's always in the mix, but, who else is good? Kansas? I mean, Kansas is okay, but I think they handle Kansas. Who's challenging Texas especially for a Big 12 title? I don't think anybody challenges
Baylor's bad.
Baylor's bad.
Right.
TCU's not any good. Houston's not any good.
Tech is bad.
We don't even play them. Texas's biggest obstacle, as always, is going to be Texas. I don't know if I'd be willing to lock them in.
The Mountaineers and Neil Brown are his
we'd have to make the Big 12 title game to even face them, which we're going to, but, I like Penn State a lot, but Michigan and Ohio State are just better. That top three of the Big Ten is so tough, and I'm just looking now. Of course, there's no one else in the Big Ten.
And there's not going to be. I don't think two teams make from.
No, because
Big Ten make the,
only one's even going to make. I don't know. Maybe there's a scenario where Michigan and Ohio State make it again.
I don't think after seeing how much Ohio State struggled and got lucky against Notre Dame,
Yeah.
I think they drop one to probably. I think they drop two to Michigan and Penn State. Does Penn State play Ohio State this year?
Yeah. I think all the West teams play each other.
Are they all?
All the
all
East
three
teams
in the
play
East?
each other. Yeah.
Okay. Penn State or the Big Ten West is kind of wide open though.
Big Ten West is always wide open. It would be such a fun division to follow if the football wasn't god awful.
Yeah, because the basketball is always good in the Big Ten West.
Big 12 basketball's gonna be so good this year,
Oh,
unless
yeah.
you're UCF or BYU,
Yeah.
then it'll be pretty tough. And Cincy won't be any good this year, but
Speaking of Big 12 basketball, let's get in.
you wanna do some quizzes?
Yeah.
Okay, well, that'll be our preview for the full playoff prediction. Will be coming up next week. What we'll do is we will, what we're gonna do is at week 4 we're going to give our playoff prediction. Then we're gonna do it again at week 8 or 9. Then we're gonna do it again right before conference championship week. You'll get 3 points for every guess you get right at the start, 2 points for every guess you get right in the middle, 1 point for every guess you get right at the end.
I like that.
Maybe we could even flip it.
We could
Flip it and do more points later in the year because that's when it's more, like that's the bigger punishment for getting it wrong.
I like that.
I don't know. We'll figure it out. There will be a leaderboard and we'll see who got our predictions the most right.
Let's start out with this. WVU basketball year by year leading scorer since 2000.
Okay, it's going to be a match. It's going to be a matching one. And feel free to chime in on the chat.
2014.5. Okay, so it's no. I don't know Calvin Bowman.
Okay.
Damn, Javon was a two-year leading scorer.
Okay. Let's skip forward. Move that back.
Let's go.
Okay.
Wait, was
I have to sit up so I can sinking in this couch.
Okay, 2004, 10.8. Drew Schiffino scored 17.6 before being suspended after 11 games. So this was the 2 to Schiffino. Aaron Harris.
You know, it could. I'm curious who your dream. Off topic, but who your dream playoff is. Aaron Harris, that's Javon Carter. 2004-10. Frank Young, I definitely know. Okay. Let's get more recent. Way more recent. Let's go all the way to
2010. That's gonna be Deshaun, right?
No, that's gonna be Deshaun Butler.
Yeah.
2011 is. Oh, is Deshaun gonna be 2011 or is he gonna be 2000? Is he gonna be 2009? I bet he's 9. Yeah. Look at the points. It's a lot more similar. Was it 10?
Oh, we already got 10.
Oh, right. So it was 9. It was 9. Yeah.
Is there?
When was Pittsnoggle? He had to be 8.
He was before.
He had to be. No, he was on that final. Was he on the Final Four team?
I don't think so. Was he?
When did Pittsnoggle play? He had to be on that Final Four.
06.
No, Pittsnoggle. No. Pittsnoggle was a Beeline guy.
Yeah.
When did Huggins get the job?
Okay, so he had it for 14 years, right?
He had it for more than 14 years. No.
Alexander was 06. Alexander. No.
Alexander
It was
was
not
06?
Alexander.
Maybe. That might be right.
I just tried it. It's not.
When was Pittsnoggle? Okay. Let's go forward. Let's get Staten.
Let's get his. We can just go.
Okay,
straight.
19
That's
was.
gonna be Javon, right?
In 2019?
Or no?
Yes. Yeah, it's literally the only person it could be.
What?
Who did I miss? Wait, 2019? Was that not 2019? Wait, who am I missing on here? Who am I who am I completely missing on here? Oh, was it Aaron Harris? No, okay, 2018 is going to be Carter. Wait. 18, 17 are going to be Carter.
Oh, we don't even get to guess the ones we get wrong.
No. Carter's got to be 17 as well.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay, 16, 13.9.
It's got to be... Oh, when did Staten play? Was he 15, 14, 13?
I think he was 13, 14 area.
2016's got to be...
I suck when it comes to early stages.
Okay, wait. So let's look at what we have. Okay, so we have to guess between 11
19 was
to 16. 11 to 16.
16
Since
is
Jay-Sean Page. No, it's not. 11 to... Okay, 2012, 2011 makes me think Staten because look how much it is.
Yeah.
Why did I just get a... Hey Lee, this is Sarah Privet. You can text my husband about coming... What are you talking about? Okay, so this has to be filled with Paige, Staten, Alexander, and Kevin Jones. Kevin Jones
feels early.
It had to be one of these. Had to be Kevin Jones.
I don't think Kevin Jones was putting up 20 a game for us. I think that's Staten.
So you think this... No, but then there has to be two Statens. So it's got to be... Okay, Kevin Jones has to be one of these two, I think.
I think he's 11.
Oh, and do you think Jay-Sean Page put up 20? Wait.
I think Jay-Sean Page...
It's only playing on my phone. Okay, I gotta respond to the spam guy. Hold on.
I think I'm going...
I'm about to get, hacked or something, so I gotta text this guy.
Wait, what? Oh, we ran out of time.
Oh my god, I forgot we were on a time limit. That's embarrassing.
I did too, yeah.
Yeah, it had to. It's probably
2005.
I forgot we were on a.
06 was Pittsburgh.
Time limit. Oh, we were just chilling.
09 was Deshaun, Marcus Gorey, Chris Moss.
Wait, okay.
Jawan Staten was 15.
Yeah.
Jay-Sean Page was 6.
Oh, he was. Okay.
Bro, what do we go with?
Okay, I forgot we were on a time limit.
Yeah, me too.
Butler was 9. Okay, we got those.
13 was Aaron Harris.
Okay, that makes sense. I was going to say, there's a big drop off there.
Jawan
14,
was 14.
14, 15 was... And then when was... Kevin
Jones? Kevin Jones did put up
Kevin
20.
Jones should have... Kevin Jones was 2012. Yeah, I could see him putting up 2000. Or what? 20. I'm all over the place. The basketball transfers. Yeah,
opponents since 2005.
You know something funny is... That's my quiz.
Really?
I made that one. Yeah, if you want to go play my Sporkle quizzes, Lom7, go play my Sporkle quizzes. That's what I do when I procrastinate in class.
This is a good one.
Ooh, no, yeah, let's do it.
Okay.
Oh, shit.
4 minutes.
Get 30 of them? Okay. No, we got that, bro. Jump on the timer. Okay, wait, see what it goes up to. What's the most recent?
Okay, it goes to 2010.
It only goes to 2010? Nah, bro, how are we going to know these? I don't know our wins before 2010. I was 6.
Should we skip this?
Yeah, let's go see if they have another. They have another one. Do they have all-time tournament? Just keep scrolling. They definitely have one that's postseason opponent since 2005. Let's do that.
Okay.
Top 10 wins before 2000. Who was playing Sporkle in 2010? I didn't know that was a thing. Okay, see what that goes up to.
20.
Wait, just damn, it's laggy as hell.
Yeah.
Oh, it's because of that. 2019. Okay, and it tells us what round as well. Okay.
We have 10 minutes for this.
So we played. Okay, we got it. You ready?
Yeah.
Okay. Duke and Butler. No, we didn't play Butler. No, not Butler. Duke, Villanova.
Villanova.
I said Villanueva. Stephen F. Austin.
Is it gonna be? Oh, we can't do.
Okay,
SFA.
we can do SFA. Okay.
Syracuse.
Kentucky, Syracuse. Are they gonna count? Oh, we have played. Okay. Kentucky. Once it go up to 2019, 2019 that would have been Syracuse, right?
No. Oh wait, that was 2020. Syracuse.
CBI. Oh, it's all of our opponents. Oh, it's CBI. Who do we lose to in CBI? I remember that year, but who did we lose to in the CBI? 2020.
2019.
2020 was Syracuse.
Coastal?
I think he's right. With an A. Not Coastal. Grand Canyon. Alex with the ball knowledge? I think he's right.
I can't type.
AL. Carolina. There you go.
There you go.
Good job. GCU, really?
Yeah.
Damn,
I
with the
remember
ball
that.
knowledge. Okay, Big 12. Oh, it's conference finals too. Okay, so then just name all the Big 12 teams.
Okay.
Texas Tech. Texas, I bet. Texas Tech.
Texas Tech.
Baylor.
TCU, Baylor.
Kansas.
Yeah,
Kansas State.
Kansas, definitely.
Kansas State, maybe.
State.
Iowa
State.
Iowa State. Who are we missing? Who are we missing? Oklahoma State. I think that's all of them. Okay, I guess we never played Oklahoma State. No, you spelled it right. Okay, I guess we've never played Oklahoma State in the playoffs. Since 2019, which was a CBI year. Okay. We played Kentucky. Remember, that was one Daxter Miles hid in the toilet?
Yeah.
Who did we beat going into that? Bucknell, Notre Dame. I remember that series. I remember watching both of those in, I think, Ms. Bowman's class. Maryland, yeah.
Yeah.
I don't remember what year that was.
We played Maryland most recently.
Yeah, but it's not gonna be on here. But we have played Maryland.
Okay.
Who did we beat on the
Pitt.
Final Four run? Pitt. Oh, right, Big East. Oh, Big East as well. So I'm thinking like Providence, St. John's,
Marshall. I remember that.
Marshall, and then we beat. Who'd we beat to get into the Marshall game? It wasn't Wichita State. That was them. We played. It was John Moran. It was Murray State.
Murray State, yeah.
St. John's.
Right.
Who else was good in the Big East? Miami. BC maybe.
It goes back to 2005.
BC. We already did Cuse.
Yeah, BC was 2005.
Who else was old Big East? Rutgers, Georgetown. Georgetown, Rutgers, Providence.
Providence is a shout.
Rutgers probably. Do we do Rutgers? Wake Forest. Ooh, maybe.
Wake Forest.
With one R.
Yep, Wake Forest.
Louisville, maybe. Okay, Sweet 16 loss in 2000. Okay, so wait, so where's our Final Four run? 2010. Big East. Okay, we had some more Big East. So
Big East tournament NCAA first round.
Marquette wasn't Big East. Were they?
I'm pretty sure they were.
Marquette were Big East.
They weren't there. They were somewhere else though.
Butler, Xavier. I'm sure surely we've run into
Probably.
Xavier. I actually
That's
can't
Bob
stand.
Huggins' favorite
I
team.
fucking hate Xavier. Do you want to just try like the big ones like UNC?
Yeah, why not?
Duke. We've already put
did
Duke. Kansas. Anyone out west we might run? Okay, so let's.
UConn maybe.
Oh, definitely
Yeah.
UConn. Yeah, we forgot UConn. Who else? Like his old Big East. Cincy. I think we ran to Cincy. Surely we ran to Cincinnati.
Cincinnati. Did I spell right?
Just see if it autocorrects it. Cincinnati's such a hard word to spell. It's two N's.
Yeah.
Dayton,
Buffalo in 2015 is insane ball knowledge.
Oh my God, Alex. The thing
Wait,
is, I
let's see if that
remember that
right.
game, but like you're such a no life. No, that's impressive. Fair enough. 2015.
Buffalo
oh my
in
God.
2015
Yeah, I
was
remember
our
that.
first
Then
round.
Maryland, GCU. How does he?
Let's see most recently what we can get. This column's pretty okay.
Okay, look on the other one.
We're down to
like the Final Four run, I think.
2011 first round.
Okay, see if there's any more Big East. Okay, we missed some NIT. See if there's any Big East left. See if there's any Big East left.
Sweet 16. Who did we play in this Sweet 16?
I wouldn't know who we played in the 2010.
We're missing a lot of 2010.
I think we got all the Big East teams though. Does it say any? BET. Yeah, okay, so it's just tournament wins. Okay, who are like guys that you would run into?
Washington in the Final Four run.
Oh
He is
my
correct
God,
in
what
the
a
Sweet
nerd.
16.
We could just start naming off schools. You think we ran to Michigan or Michigan State?
I think we played State.
Well, just type in Michigan State and then it'll come up. If it's Michigan, okay. You want to do run through the Florida State? No, we can run through Florida and Florida State.
FSU.
Alex with the ball knowledge and carrying us right now.
Yeah.
2010
was still. Yeah,
just gotta get you on.
Round.
Gotta get you on to cast next time.
2010 first and second round.
2010 first and second.
Which is our most.
I'm trying to remember if any of them were like on the shirt. The other Butler was on the other side, so it's not Butler. Villanova. Who are some like blue blood kind of guys? Creighton maybe. Okay, worth a shot.
Creighton.
Oh, there we go.
Where was that? Oh,
2005 first round. What a shout that was. Yeah, guys like Creighton. Minnesota's coming to mind for some reason. Like Minnesota, Wisconsin, any of those Big Ten schools. Wisconsin. Who else is like that sort of?
Wisconsin is no.
No, probably not Penn State.
Illinois, no.
Huh. You think we
can... ever play Penn? I know we played them in the regular season.
Nah, we had played
Mizzou.
Mizzou's not. You gotta type in Missouri.
Miss State.
You can type in Missouri. It'll come up.
Missouri, yeah. 2010.
Try Mississippi State. Think you ran to LSU at any point?
Mississippi
wow.
State, yeah. Ball knowledge on point. That was in the NIT.
Okay. Yeah, he just lucked into that one. You think we played like LSU?
We have another. No.
I'm trying to think like, okay, NIT, you tend to run into like the football school. You know, you tend to run into like big conference, but not very
Alabama.
good. Okay. You know, just run through some Georgia, Auburn. Oh, Auburn's a shout. Georgia, Missouri.
Ole Miss for NIT.
No, they would come up when we put in Mississippi.
Yeah,
UVA?
That's a good shout.
Maybe Virginia? If they don't delete it. Just type in Tech.
No. Shocking.
ODU. Who are like some maybe mid-majors that might have snuck in at some point?
We guess Georgetown.
They need to be somebody who's like perennial, like decent. Georgetown, like a Howard, like who's just always in these tournaments, like who's always decent. Colgate.
So we have, I think we got all the NIT. Or no, we have three NITs.
Did we win the NIT? We did win the NIT. Was that with Beeline? No.
Championship 2007.
Who did we play in the 2007 NIT title game?
We have 58 seconds left. Oregon.
Oregon?
No.
Maybe like NC State? South Carolina?
NC State?
NC State was one. South Carolina? Clemson. Yeah, Clemson. I was about to say Clemson.
Clemson, yeah.
I think that's who we played in the NIT. Wait, scroll. I bet it is. I think it is.
I don't have that much time. Any others? We got 20 seconds left. Clemson was in the NIT, so it was NC State.
East Carolina? No, I'd come up for ECU. I play. Maybe someone up north, like a.
I'm trying to think of other Big Ten teams. Maybe Indiana.
Indiana, Indiana State. I always just like when I type in a state college, just immediately go state after because it's just so easy to put them both in. Morgan State.
Okay, so.
Oh my God! Wait, go to Morgan State.
Dayton in 2009.
No, actually look, because he got it right. I'm telling you that this dude is looking these up. Be honest, are you looking these up?
Yeah, there's no way he's not looking at that. Morgan State? That's insane.
I swear to God, I'm not. The thing is,
Jeez.
part of me believes if anyone would know it
It's
off the top of
Alex.
his head, it's Alex.
Northwestern State. Never even heard
I
of that.
did not know those two schools exist.
Dell State.
Oh yeah, that was on
UMass
last week's
should've-
Sporkle quizzes of
yeah.
all-time WU opponents.
Yeah, Dell State making its
Second appearance
Second
on
appearance.
here. Maybe we'll do an we'll do an on location video at Dell State.
Arizona.
They just kind of keep popping up. We'll get a Delaware State flag. You wanna do one more?
Yeah, let's do one more.
That's pretty good. We got 90. Average is 56.
Average 56. That's pretty good.
I'll tell you what. I'm really excited for the hoops this year.
Scoring leaders.
Assuming I don't know if we'll get that.
Should we do football?
Just keep looking at them. Just keep looking through them.
Should I just do WVU?
Yeah, just type in WVC who comes up. Assuming that Battle gets his waiver, Sporkle, Sporcle. It's also on the screen. You bitch. Go to Lomp 7, play my quizzes. A couple of them are... So I think a lot of them are good. Bowl opponents, final... Can we name... I can't name the Final Four team. Once again, I was 10. Our starting lines are 2000... Oh, wait. I wonder if there's a more updated version of that starting lineups one. Where it's like, just name all the players. Look up like... Okay, yeah, just keep going. 2019-20,
Should
yeah.
we do that?
I mean, nah, I feel like that's too easy. We could get that. Football wins versus ranked opponents since 2000.
Let's do that one.
Ooh, okay.
Okay, we got 10 minutes.
The funny thing is that is, I think, our most recent win against a ranked opponent. Unless it's...
2018.
We only have 2 since then, and it's at Kansas State and home against Virginia Tech.
Okay, Texas is one of them. Oh, wait, we have to do this in order.
Oh, shit. Okay.
Okay, 2002.
Okay, let's do the bowl games. Sugar Bowl's Georgia. Fiesta Bowl is Oklahoma. Orange Bowl's Clemson. Let's get the easy ones. And then Georgia, that's 42-41 is
And
that's
bowl
Texas.
games?
Oh, that's Texas.
Yeah.
Who else did we beat in 2018?
Okay, road game. Baylor 2014.
Yeah, that's right. I remember that game. 2013 is Oklahoma State. Yeah. That 2013 one's Oklahoma State. That's Clint Trickett's, like, I think it was his first one. Yeah, that was his, like, first start.
Yeah.
2018 is Texas Tech. Yeah, I've been watching highlights of that before last week's game, yeah.
Did you know Patrick Mahomes never beat WVU?
Yeah,
It's the one
because
thing
I
he
put it
never
up.
did. 2017, 20-16 home game.
Texas again? Would that be the week? No, I was at the Texas game. It was when Will Greer broke his finger. I think I was at that game. Was I at that game? No, I wasn't at that game. 2017. Okay, so this is Greer's first year.
They also have the rank of the team.
Oh.
14th in the country.
It actually is so sad that we only have... Like, this stops in 2018. There's been 2 since then, off the top of my head. And it was Daigie's kind of breakout game at Kansas State. Do you remember that? They were like 24, and then Virginia Tech was 23 when we beat them at home last year.
Let's... Okay.
66-21 is... Got to be... 2017 home is Texas Tech.
70-63 is insane. Oh, that's...
Baylor. It's Baylor.
Yeah.
Baylor. I didn't know they were ranked. I didn't know they were ranked when we played them. Okay, that's got to be like writing the... that's Texas Tech
home
again.
Is Texas Tech.
No, that's Texas. 48-45 road against Texas is 2012, I think. The 2012 one. I'm pretty sure that's Texas. Yes, that was Texas. That was Geno, Stedman, all them. 2011, 24-21 on the road at number 23, Louisville. I don't know if it's Louisville. That's just a guess. It's probably a
2017 home is Iowa State. That sounds right.
I was at that game. Oh, yeah, I remember that game. I think it was like on my bio for a while. Yeah, I remember that game. I definitely was at that one.
Okay, this is where we start getting a little tricky.
Because this is all 66-21 in 2007, which is the Pat White team. They hung a load on I'm thinking Maryland or Rutgers for some reason. I always forget Maryland's Old Big East. Were they Old Big East? They went to... Okay, maybe not. Maybe 16-13 home game number 9 is Pitt, 2009. On the other side. That's Pitt. That was Tyler Bittencourt, walk-off, yeah.
That's right.
Okay, that's not a bad start at all.
Where are the
28-7 against number 3 in 2003. Who is that? Pitt again?
I don't think.
No.
Okay, home game. So let's think Big East.
Okay.
Was Penn State in the Big East back then?
No, not 2003. They haven't been in the Big East since the 90s. Or maybe early 2000s. 2011 could be Louisville. That's what I was thinking.
It's not. Boston College has to be one. What, Matt Ryan years? What's that, like 05 BC?
That sounds about right. Try 2006. No, BC should show up for them. Try 2006. Yeah, try those ones through 2006, 2007. And just see if BC comes up. Who? Okay. So 2011 is a Geno year. It's on the road against the number 23. So they're not great, but they're decent. They're probably Big 12. I mean, they're probably Big East.
BC isn't working for any of them.
Okay, so maybe it's not BC. 2011 road game. And that's difficult.
We still have number 3 on here. 28-7, number 3 in the country.
That should be like a massive win. How do we just not know? Is it Penn State?
No, we haven't beat Penn State.
No, because remember, we hadn't played them in forever. I mean, we beat them before, but only a couple times.
Yeah.
It's not Clemson again, is it? I'm thinking when Marshall beat Clemson.
We also have a 66-point win over number 20.
Rutgers and Maryland came to mind, but it wasn't either of them. It could be Louisville. It's not Pitt because, well, we don't talk about 2007 Pitt.
This is tough.
This is tough. I mean,
I don't
because
think I know
it's
anymore.
testing knowledge. It's testing like retroactive knowledge. Because I mean, I was 3 when the season happened. Like I wouldn't have known this. So it's just testing. Do we just spam old Big East teams, or do you want to just go on to another one? Because there's no way we
Just
know
give up.
this. Cincy on the road. Rutgers. Who is the blowout? UConn. Pitt. Who is the number 3? Virginia Tech.
Mike Vick. Was that Mike
Oh yeah, it was. I think yeah.
Vick? Yeah.
Oh, that makes
Those were
sense.
the Michael Vick.
Dang, we got
coaches.
less than average. Well, it must be some old heads playing this.
Yeah.
All right, you want to give it one more? We'll give it one more. We'll give it one last one, and then we'll call it in for the day. Next week should have our official college football playoffs. It'll have our game review. It won't have a game preview, so we'll do something else with that time. Maybe some NFL stuff. Maybe we'll do Trade Machine. We'll put up a poll for Trade Machine or quarterback rankings are really popular on the first episode of Basement Boys. Or maybe have a guest on and just ask them some stuff.
So, WVU
Ooh.
bowl game TDs.
Okay, and this is
6
updated
minutes.
to
2020.
it's updated all the way. I don't think we scored a touchdown against Minnesota in the Rate Bowl.
Really?
It was what 17-6 or something like that.
I think you're right.
I think that's fully updated. I just think we haven't scored a
Okay.
touchdown. Okay, Liberty Bowl
Letty
was Letty Brown. I think he scored both of them.
There's
What?
that spell
Was
right?
it Sam James? Yeah, just type in Brown. Normally just last names work. Yeah, just type in last names. James?
No.
It wasn't Bryce. Was it Daggy? Did he run one in?
That's right.
Okay, yeah. Okay, Camping World Bowl, I think
Was
Sills
Mathis
played.
with us?
Sills, maybe for Camping World or Heart of Dallas.
Jennings, maybe?
Oh, right, Sills scored the game winner in the Cactus Bowl. Jennings, Sills.
There's that 2...
Dang, they were both in the Cactus Bowl team. That was Skylar Howard. Who played with Skylar Howard?
Skylar Howard rushing.
Skylar Howard's played with Skylar Howard.
I'm just gonna guess all the WVU quarterbacks.
Kennedy McCoy maybe.
Oh, I got Kevin White and Karan White.
And 2 for Pat White. Slayton Devine. I don't know if Slayton ever scored, but Devine definitely did.
Devine.
Schmidt definitely did.
Schmidt.
Owen Schmidt. I think it's just SCHMITT.
There's a D
I think
in
it's
it.
TT.
Oh, TT.
Yeah. Kennedy McCoy. Big Petaway.
Spell that right?
Yeah. Alston maybe. Oh, okay, wait. Orange Bowl. Tavon.
Yeah.
Sean Alston.
There's Sean Alston.
Tavon Stedman. Willie Millhouse. Is that his name? Willie Millhouse? Millhouse with one M? Who was that? Willie Millhouse? That's Millhouse. M-I-L House, maybe?
Yeah.
Willie Millhouse. Who else scored in the Orange Bowl? Gino? I think he ran one in.
Let's see. He did.
He scored the other one. The touchdown, the fumble return, and Darwin Cook. What was his name? Darwin Cook?
Yeah.
Yeah. That was the last time I was happy.
Okay.
The Liberty Bowl 2014, that is Sims? No. That is Sims. Coburn, that's a good shout, yeah. Kevin White. That's Clint Trickett on that Liberty Bowl team. Remember we used to make bowl games. It was fun. So who else did Clint Trickett have? Wesco?
Yeah, he did. Wesco is not on there.
Who's his running back? It would have been Sims.
Did we have Ford Wheaton yet?
We did in 2020. Winston Wright?
I think it is Winston Wright.
Who scored on these Liberty Bowl teams? It was Austin Kendall, remember? So who was he throwing the ball to?
Who's our tight end?
Sam James, Allie Jennings? No, we already have a Jennings.
Yeah. It's not.
Oh,
I guess
is it O'Laughlin? Mike O'Laughlin?
O'Laughlin. It is.
Oh
Mike
my God!
O'Laughlin.
It's Mike O'Laughlin. Hey, that's ball knowledge.
I had him on my.
That
is ball knowledge. I had him on my retro bowl team when you could rename the players.
Oh yeah.
I made a WV team.
Well, the way you rename players, you pay.
What is it?
You have to pay to rename.
Yeah.
Which I did for college because I set everyone's uniforms custom. It's taking me forever. I'm still not done.
I'm doing the same thing.
Do we have a defensive touchdown? If we did, there's no chance of getting it.
2 TDs in the Liberty Bowl.
Okay, let's think.
Also, we have another 2 touchdown score in the Fiesta Bowl. We have.
I'm not gonna get the Share Bowl, but
another 2 in 2000.
We got all the Orange Bowl because I probably watched the Orange Bowl highlights 1,000 times over.
Gator Bowl. Who played in the Gator Bowl? 2004.
It would have been anybody on those Fiesta Bowl, Sugar Bowl teams. Pat White, Owen Schmidt, Noel Devine.
Who were some receivers on those teams?
Slayton.
Damn, Slayton had 3 in the.
When did we have Rasheed Marshall? No, because Pat White's gonna go all. Maybe he scored in the. Yeah, Tevin Marshall. Yeah,
Marshall.
Gator
Bowl
and Tire Bowl.
This 2 touchdown one and. Damn, 4 touchdowns in the whole.
Rasheed Marshall. I'd kill to have those 2 right now. Even like we're so fucking bad.
45 seconds.
Who's Camping World? Okay. We can do the OG Liberty Bowl with. Who was on that team with Clint Trickett and Kevin White and Jennings? No, and oh my God, I know who it is. And it's gonna upset me because he was a really good receiver.
TJ Simmons.
Oh yeah, TJ Simmons. he was solid. He was a transfer from Bama, but he didn't end up panning out. Yeah, I mean, looking at this list, I mean, obviously, number one, you can see how big of a difference it is switching from Group of 5 to Power 5. You just make so many less bowl games. But also the coach.
Kennedy McCoy. Oh, okay,
McCoy spelled with a K. Okay. Sheldon Gibson.
Sheldon Gibson, sure. Mario Alford. KJ Dillon.
Oh, yeah, Mario Alford. That's who I'm thinking of.
Dakel
kickoff return?
Dakel Shorts.
Wasn't that a kickoff return?
I think it might have been. Dakel Shorts. Elijah Wellman.
That's pretty good, though.
Ryan Clark. Ulrich Arnett. Brad Starks. Darius Renaud.
That's not bad.
Tito Gonzalez. She got Tito Gonzalez.
Mm-hmm.
Brandon Miles. KJ Harris. And another Darius Renaud here. So, overall, what was our 63? We got above average. Pretty good. Not our best work, but we'll do this again next week.
Yeah, these are just sort of extra little tidbits at the end. I wish we got to clip them up and like post them as like Basement Boys extras, as like separate videos.
Yeah.
Maybe I get some more time and get around to doing that.
If you guys find any quizzes on Sporkle and want us to do them, just send them to
or
us on
anywhere.
Instagram.
We do Hoops Grid and all
Hoop
that
Grids,
stuff.
yeah.
We like to save that stuff for the end, just as like a little extra. Yeah, we should have a good show next week. We're gonna change it up a little bit because we don't have a game to preview, and look forward to our not next week. We're on bye.
Oh, that's right. Okay.
Yeah, so
I thought we played Houston. We played Houston the week after, right?
Yeah, so we'll have a little bit of a different show. We'll figure some other stuff out. We can always go back if you all liked the hot take game that we played the first week. We can always bring that back.
Are you going to Charleston?
Oh yeah, true.
We could do it in Charleston and have Zach in person for the show.
Yeah, actually, I mean, yeah. You want to do an in-person one?
We could. So
yeah, we might get Zach in person, back in the basement, and yeah. Now we talk to Alex if he wants to get on. We'll plan it out a little bit ahead of time. We'll let you all know. There should be some stuff going up on the Instagram. We'll get the sports book up there. We'll get we'll start either in the YouTube description or on Instagram. Start kind of putting ahead like what's going to be in the show ahead of time, because we do plan these out, so we can always put those up. Interviews should be going up soon. If we have a cool moment from the show, maybe we'll clip it. But yeah, that's all for this week.
Well,
and
thanks for watching, guys. If you enjoyed, you know what to do.
Hopefully the boys show out this weekend in Fort Worth.
Hopefully. Well, thanks for watching, guys. Tune in next week, wherever we're at. Thanks for watching.